aliens exist and could already be on Earth. Dr. Helen Sharman says, quote, there's no two ways about it, end quote, that aliens exist and that it's possible because, quote, we simply can't see them, end quote. The first British astronaut who's going on record and putting her career on the line says that going into space has claimed aliens exist and it is possible that they are living on Earth among us. Speaking to the Observer magazine, Dr. Sharman said that there's no two ways about it, they simply do exist. She also said that although aliens may not be made up of carbon and nitrogen like human beings, it's possible that they're here now and we cannot simply see them due to some sort of light spectrum frequency. The 56-year-old worked as a chemist before making history as a first British astronaut to participate in a mission to the Soviet modular space station, then known as Mir, in May of 1991. She also highlighted in the interview that she is often referred to as the first British woman in space, rather than simply the first British person. It's telling that we would otherwise assume it was a man. But, she says, I was the first. Gerbil, I ask you, do you think there's any validity to what this woman is saying?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, I think it's valid, but also, I know what it's like taking NyQuil. I mean... Sure,
absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
I could only imagine what NyQuil in space does to you.
Right. Actually, what they actually forgot to mention is that her training, before she blasted off into orbit to go to the Mir station, she actually won a regiment of 6 months of robo-tripping. So what you're saying is very, very true.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah. Okay. No, I mean that's how.
Okay. Well, I mean, through my travels, I've seen aliens and
sure.
I've seen walls melt.
Well, it makes sense because NASA and the British, obviously the British Air Force and everyone who's involved with the British space program does believe that after about 6 months or so of simulated robo-tripping, that you actually are prepared to handle pretty much anything in space.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, I'm saying that's how it goes down.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could handle...
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. But while we're still on the subject of space and aliens and all of this stuff, I have another story for you that might just flip your lid.
No shit.
It also comes from Europe. And this is how it goes. A pop star has claimed that he turned down offers of sex from aliens. Yes, this is not from the Daily Inquirer or anything else. Okay, all right.
He damn near got prostituted out to aliens.
Yeah, exactly.
They weren't offered enough.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Sorry.
And by the way, this fella's name is Andy Bell, not Art Bell, as you would think of the aliens. But 80s pop star Andy Bell claims he once turned down an offer of sex from an alien.
Was it Alf that approached him?
I think it was Mork, and he just doesn't want to fess up to it.
Come on. Mork wouldn't do that. Alf I could see.
Question: what band is Andy Bell from?
Ooh, that smells like the Monkees to me.
Okay, all right.
I'm going Monkees. Could be wrong.
Survey says wrong.
Yeah, sorry guys.
The Erasure singer.
Yeah, I don't know that band. That's
says
why I went Monkees. I mean, it's either the Monkees, the Stones, or the Beatles.
Get this. He is now saying in the year 2020 that he was paid an erotic visit by 1,000 spaceships and, quote, flying angels, end quote, one night. Explaining why he turned down the steamy offer, he said, I just thought I'm not quite ready for it yet because they are all sexualities, all together, all mixed up, and they've got like one testicle. This is what this guy is claiming.
I take that as fact. That wasn't a drug-addled dream. That was an actual encounter.
Right. Yeah.
So now I question his sanity.
I do.
I mean, why not go with it, you stupid bastard?
This is what the problem...
Is that what he's referred to in his hometown? Well, it wouldn't be bastard, it'd be you stupid prick.
Wanker.
Or you wanker.
Yeah, you dumb wanker.
You know, I mean, let's put it in context.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
What the fuck are you doing now?
Oh, I mean, to me, I'm thinking this guy, he's out there, and he's like, you know what?
That's probably why I brought it up. Like, damn, I blew it.
I'm thinking what he calls Jesus juice is actually called ayahuasca.
Or maybe Thunderbird.
Right. Yeah. Actually, Night Train.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
A little mix with Mad Dog.
Yeah, it is. There we go.
Next thing you know,
there we go.
Aliens are
there we go.
You up. You got Nikes on. What do you do?
Yeah. No, that. I mean, that.
I got you.
And in fact,
it happens to the best of us.
I think you're right. That drink, if I'm not mistaken, is actually called the Hitchhiker, and that's when you actually mix Night Train with Boone's and the other liqueur that you mentioned, sir.
Well, maybe with a splash of some Chloroseptic.
Yes, and just a hint,
purple drink,
and just a hint of Remy Martin, and that, sir, is what I like to call the bum's highway.
I like mine with some Tanqueray, though. I mean, you know, whatever you want at that point.
Yeah,
but
exactly. Yeah. But would you agree that drink is called the bum's highway? I mean, you drink enough of that, and I tell you,
yeah. Most definitely, but at no point am I questioning the validity of the story, though. I'm quite sure he was propositioned by hot aliens.
I agree,
and he declined because he was killing it here on Earth.
I agree.
You know?
Well, let's get to our today's topic, and this is
we have a topic.
This is where we're really going to separate the rubber from the road.
Uh-oh.
We have a topic, I think, that is quite worthy of the ages.
I don't think I'm ready for it, Bobby.
Well, we're going to start a new decade, and this is going to come in hot. It's going to come in whether you want it or not. Like Gavin Newsom said, the governor of California, whether you like it or not, it's coming. So, here it comes.
Are you at least going to spit on it?
Well, here it comes. Here it comes. The question for 2020 in January. Okay? The question of the day is, who wins? Who wins in a classic king snake, rattlesnake smackdown between Valerie Bertinelli and Marie Osmond?
Ooh. That's a tough one right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough one right there, and actually, I've thought way too much about this for God knows why. This is the weird shit that keeps me up at night. I want to go Valerie, but I'm thinking Marie is a bit of a skinwalker.
Ooh, yes. Shapeshifter.
Yeah, if you will.
She can assume any form. Absolutely.
If you have you seen her lately? She looks a bit like Donnie, a bit like Marie 30 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Maybe it's Nutrisystem.
You know, the Chinese have a saying that says, "How do you fight your shadow?" And I think, I think
run towards it.
You're right. I think you run towards the land of the rising sun, because therefore the shadow dissipates. But beyond that, you're stuck with Donnie Murray Osmond. So
yes, I don't know where you going.
I think Eddie Van Halen taught her a couple things, and I'm thinking that Valerie Bertinelli could certainly hold her own. I'm thinking if it comes down to a 1-2 punch combination, a headlock, if it comes down to an arm bar or something, Valerie Bertinelli is going to find her way to drive. She's going to drive her Lamborghini across your ass. And I think the only thing that Marie can do is one, she's going to have to first tell Valerie, hey, if you want some of this, you're going to have to slim down. I got some food for you. And while she's giving her food, she's going to be hitting her on the side of the head with some food for thought.
Well, she's carbohydrates.
Exactly. Yeah. In fact,
Gotcha.
In fact, Donnie is going to hit Valerie in the side of the head, and she's going to be like, "This is 3 points from Weight Watchers." right here. That's
no, you can't have that carrot cake.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. Excuse me. She's going to give her a 6-point beat down.
This is a close one. I mean, of all the fights we've called, this is a close one.
Do you think this goes to the judges' scorecard?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Or we're talking about eighth round and up type of knockout. What are we talking? TKO? What are we talking?
I'm thinking it goes 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking Marie takes it in 5.
I see.
And Donnie kicks in. I just think she's got it.
Okay.
The only thing I would say,
Mm-hmm.
if we could possibly get Eruption playing in the background,
Right.
then Valerie's got a valid chance in the first 3 rounds. I just think
true.
She wears out.
I think so too. I think that she's more of like a she's like a she'll be in the zone, but if she doesn't get the crowd's backing, she's gonna fade. You know what I mean?
Well, and she doesn't have the ability to shapeshift.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. I think that's also.
She doesn't have the ability to switch between.
No.
Yeah, I mean a little bit, but yeah. I'm thinking Marie if it goes 5. Early rounds, I'd go Valerie. I mean, this is really a tough one to call.
It's probably one of the closest ones we've had ever.
I still believe that Rosie from the block would end up cleaning either one of these ones out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'd still like to see it.
Sure.
But, I mean, Rosie's still the champ until someone knocks her off.
Sure. Well, that's how it goes.
Seems unlikely.
No, that's not going to happen. So I think you're right. I think Valerie Bertinelli, she may not pull it out, but then they both.
She's got to come in hot.
But they both couldn't. They combined. They couldn't give it to Rosie from the block. So, no
Have
Rosie
you heard
Perez.
About this? There's a man fighting woman on. I know this happened in history, but the first televised man-woman fight coming up here in, 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Really?
Yeah. It's not UFC, I forget the name of the fighting syndicate, but it is a man-woman fighting, which...
Wow.
I mean, with the quality that it has to come
Sure.
with sports, or... I mean, we've all run across, I'm a male, and
Sure.
as well as you are, and this is like uncharted territory. I mean, to a male, like you to a respectable man, you don't hit a female. You don't, even to your sister or whatever.
Sure.
You understand?
I agree.
But with the quality and with fighting, this kind of needs to happen, right?
Well, I would say this. It's not new because I can actually point to a couple instances where the first time I actually saw a man fight a woman was 1988, and I saw one of the first episodes of Cops. And that's where I saw a man fight a woman. It didn't really end too well for him.
Right.
I think...
Look, we both met women that you would not want to fight, right?
That's very true.
Recognize
Sure. He had a tattoo, if I remember, on his shoulder, but I don't remember if it actually said hogtied, because that's exactly how he went out of his house when they used to do that back in the day. They don't do that now because of respiratory problems, and you actually kill somebody doing that. But when I was a kid, they'd hog tie you out of there.
Right.
Remember those days, Gerbil?
Well, you're kind of wrong about that. Well, it's been a while.
Sure.
So you might be right, but
Sure.